Fröhlichen guten Morgen, Kinder, der Steeblio ist wieder mal am Start mit einer neuen Folge von Trades of Cold Steel und wir sind hier an unserem friedlichen Freitag und bummeln durch die Gegend, haben natürlich wieder Chores zu erledigen, bevor wir ins Old School Building gehen. Einen Bonding Point noch, den heben wir uns für Vieh auf, aber bevor wir zu ihr gehen, den Laden haben wir noch gar nicht gecheckt. Hello there. Last time to buy goes to give for the festival. Quarter sandals, fans, carry inhibited. Why in the world would you need any of that? Because they look awesome. Hello there. Doesn't seem like Elisa and Ferris ever spent time together outside of the lacrosse club. I guess that makes sense, but they probably get along way better if they get to know each other a little more. Oh well, I'm sure it'll happen before too long. St. Australia Girls School in Heimdall also has a lacrosse club. I was given the choice to go there, but I opted for Tools due to its broad offering of sports club. I would like to visit the school one day, however. I've heard good things. Speaking of St. Australia, I wonder if my letters arrived yet. Der ist nämlich Lins kleine Sister, die Elise. Say me was. Sounds like there's gonna be another performance at the church this year. Taisel's pretty excited about it too, so I gotta make sure she can go see it. Irgendwas hübsches, Sweet Cookie und Royal Sable. Ist neu, aber ich kann es mir nicht leisten. Ich habe keine Kartoffeln. Ja, mal gar nicht. Kein Honey Syrup habe ich auch nicht. Aber ich brauche Eggs. Und was ist zu melden? Thanks a lot, I'll take this over to the church. Gotcha, it's pretty heavy, so be careful. Good luck with getting everything sorted for the performance. Diesel's been really looking forward to it. Don't worry, it'll be all the best yet. Hey, hier noch irgendwelche Freunde von mir. Ach ja, Sensei. Aber Sensei will mein Bonding Point. Das habe ich auch nicht geredet. Würde mich schon interessiert, was Sensei da draußen macht. Und 4 habe ich jetzt Level 3, ne? Mit 4 habe ich das Buch gelesen, die haben jetzt Level 3. Oh, jetzt ist es schwierig. Die oder Sensei? Das ist die Frage. In dem Vieh. Ach ne, wir hatten glaube ich schon. Was machen wir denn noch? Ja, dann latschen wir mal, ne? Zum Teich. Erstmal angeln. Da kann man nachdenken. Angeln ist wichtig. Richtig wichtig ist das. Hier haben wir schon. Oh. Du siehst neu aus. Wahrscheinlich hatten wir den schon. Jupp. Das ist ein Rock Eater. The Rock Eater. Wieso soll man Steine essen? Klingt nicht gesund. Ach, guck mal, haben wir ja gut Sepiten bekommen. Was noch mal für ein Gebäude hier? Du, wo eine meiner Sidequests ist? Ne, du bist nur das Haus. Upper Class Dorm, da war eine. Welche denn? Hey, du bist Fotografie-Club? Ja, du. Childhood Friends Intentions. Gehen wir mal hier rein. Was geht? Ich bin Erin. Hallo. That's it, I'm officially done. Two can play at your little games, Gordon. From now on, I won't be doing any housework whatsoever. This is show you for treating me like your personal mate. Was hat der Gordon gemacht? Guck mal, die habe ich bei den Hausaufgaben geholfen. Mom and Dad ended up having a significant fight the other day. Mom's been acting like that ever since. I guess this is a product of all the stress she's built up. They have to fight. I wish they could do so quietly at least. It's hard to study while they're arguing. Apropos. Ich war noch nicht bei Mitch. Und außerdem war da ja noch die eine Pärchen, das immer so glücklich ist. Sind die hier drin? Ich will eure Freude und Zuneigung teilen. I'm heading out to Solamar province for work. I'm trying to finish as much work as possible now so I can take some time off for the summer festival. Harrison and I will be bringing Kurt to see the summer festival. Unfortunately, Harrison is to leave for Lamar this afternoon in order to get time off work for the festival. It'll be lovely, but I'll just have to bear with it. Oh, wir sind so verliebt. Du hast gute Eltern, mein Junge. Oh, was geht, Mitch? Looks like the populace bets 1 for 4. Wait, no, Lumberblitz always gives him a hard time. Might not be a good idea. Always seem to be betting on the horses races, but if you have actually won anything, stow it or you in a knuckle sandwich. Kids probably haven't heard of it, but there's this big shindig coming up called the summer race. The way I see it, I've lost for so many years now that I'm about due for some big wins. Ich kann Frost Ash machen. Glänzend. Und Golden Sphere glänzend. Ich kann es auch lassen. Well, das war aufschlussreich. In diesem Sinne gehen wir zur Upper Class Dorm, wo eine Quest von uns ist. Nachdem wir in der Kirche waren. Hello, sister. That's why I'm so excited for the upcoming performance here. Well, how about that? I'm a big fan of music too. I'll be there for sure. Don't hit on the sister. I'm a really sensitive guy after all. So come on, why don't we go together? Said don't hit on the sister. He seems to be interested in attending the Wind Orchestra's performance. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully it ends up being a performance that everyone can enjoy. No, he's interested in you, my lady. Wait, what? You were just telling me how dumb you thought music was the other day. Ja. Aber was man für eine süße Dame nicht alles macht. The imperial and provincial armies have been in opposition for the past 10 years. Largely due to the respective support of the noble of the reformist factions. This squabbling is truly saddening, as they're supposed to exist for the sake of protecting all the Rebonian citizens. I'm certain that Idios would never approve of such a petty state of affairs. Doch, he would. Oh, da ist noch jemand, mit dem ich reden kann. Hello, sister. Thelma came along and offered her prayers this morning. She seemed dead tired as she did, though. I assume she's incredibly busy lately, so please try to do what you can to help make things easier for her. No, Tova. Du sollst dich doch nicht totarbeiten. Totarbeiten? Muss ich wirklich hier rein? Naja, ist ja für ein Girl, ne? Da. Hello there. You're Bridget from class 2, right? If so, I'm here to help you with the request that you sent into the student council. That's me, alright. And you're Reed from class 7. Now that we've established that we know each other, let's get down to business. Can you get started right now? Sure can. Ask away. Phew, thank you. So you wrote that you're having some issues with your childhood friend? That's right. Alan, from class 4 to be specific. We're from the same town and we used to go to Sunday school together. I ended up having to leave that school though, and I never saw him after that, so that's why I was so happy to run into him again here, but... Ah, I see. Where is this going? You're an upper class student though, aren't you? I'm surprised you were childhood friends with someone who, well, isn't. What, is that weird? Well, I wouldn't say it's weird, but it's pretty rare, isn't it? Well, it's true that nobles and commoners don't have many opportunities to interact with one another in Erebonia. I'm just the daughter of a baron though, so our family isn't all that influential. My father was never one to put much importance on social standing either. He even let me attend Sunday school on my own since it was close enough to home. That will explain it. Yes, your dad's kind of like mine. So what exactly would you like me to do? You said you weren't sure what he was thinking. Well, I'm not sure why, but Alan's been doing everything he can to avoid me ever since we met up again here. He's Philippe. He just gives me the cold shoulder whenever I try to speak to him too. That's not good. Any idea why he might be acting like this? At all, which is why I'm so worried. I haven't done anything that could have offended him the few times we've talked. It's not like he'd have some grudge from me when we were younger either. We got along so well back then that we used to play together all the time. It would be one thing if he was just avoiding me, but he started treating me like some sort of nuisance. As far as I can tell, something seems to have happened to him at the fencing club. Those could definitely be related. Either way, seems like the quickest solution is to ask Alan himself. Slow down for a sec. Don't worry, I'm not just going to walk right up to him and ask him directly, but he might be more willing to open up to another guy about it. I'll go talk to him and try figure out what's going through his head. Well then, thank you. Okay, I'd better find him. Actually, before I do you know if he'll be at the fencing club today? Most likely, yes. You'll probably find him in the training hall. Got it. Before you go, Reen, please promise you tell me everything you managed to get out of him. If I'm to blame here, I'd rather know. Please don't hide that from me. I won't, I promise. Alan ist sowas von verknallt in sie. Aber hallo. Well then, Boar's Military Academy. Oh nein, mit dem will ich nicht reden. Ich will lieber zu Vieh gehen. Was genau? First floor. I want to spend some time. Oh, what's doing here? Looks like she's sleeping. But I'd rather have her sleep here than outside. Should I watch over for a while? Yes. I go get a chair. Or rather, I go ask Instructor Beatrix if I can. She's been going through so much lately. Can't blame her for being exhausted. Seems like she's sound asleep. Instructor Beatrix, thanks for always taking care of Fee. Oh please, it's my pleasure. That's how could I decline a request from Instructor Sarah herself? Instructor Sarah asked you to do this? Yes indeed, she's told me a bit about Fee's past too. Not everything of course, but just what's prescient. Her past as a Jäger, for instance. It's a good thing too, since it seems like it's the root of some of her recent troubles. I see. Instructor Beatrix, can I ask you to keep taking care of Fee from here on out? Of course, she's such a pleasant girl, but I can't provide much more than a bed to sleep on. After all, it's a student's job to sort their own problems out. It's part of growing up, really. Suppose you're right. It's not just up to her, isn't it? Every member of Class 7 needs to work as one, so we need to make sure that she has our support. We're all in this together. Glad to see you're so perceptive. Don't worry about me so much. Well now, good morning, Fee. Did we wake you up? No, I'm still asleep. What do you think would happen when you started droning on right next to me? Sorry. Don't be. Thanks. Fee, going back to bed. Wake me up if you need me. That didn't take long. He was raised on the battlefield, but she's able to sleep peacefully when other people are around. I'd say that's quite an achievement, wouldn't you? Definitely. I'll do whatever I can to make sure that she can always feel at ease. Understand the situation, there's no need to fret. However, I do think that young people must try to solve their own problems. Do try and check in on her from time to time, of course. Yes, we will. Das Vieh ist important to us. Ah, du bist hier wieder mit deinem Sister-Komplex. I'm hardly fit to call myself a lady. All it takes is the sight of Elisa's face to make me lose composure and fly to rage. Worry not, my sweet sister. An unrequited desire to become friends, the flames of hate, desire burning you up inside. This is a situation we all must face at some point in our lives. What? You cannot honestly believe that I would wish to be friends with the likes of her. Such as Lady Ferris can be with Master Vincent, she does in fact rely upon him, and Master Vincent in turn is always willing to lend an ear to her worries and concerns. They truly make a wonderful siblings. Maybe I can't urteil. Makarov sensei. Well, yeah, Makarov. Wondering what I'm doing out here? Well, here's a little lesson for you. When you're outside, the wind lowers your body temperature. This wind chill, as it's called, make you feel cooler. Basically, it's better to be outside than in the wind on hot days. So I might look like I'm slacking off, but I'm just cooling down. Some people would say relaxing outside is the very definition of slacking off. Angel Sensei. Aber hier habe ich schon leer geangelt, ne? Indeed. Hier ist nichts mehr. I'm not all that interested in the summer festival, to be honest. I'll tell you what I'm interested in, though. The Mars Annual Angling Festival. I hope I get to go again this year. Irgendwas zum Kaufen? Serio. Although we mainly focus on flowers here, we also grow a few vegetables. My personal favorite are these Kerwick tomatoes. These things taste better than a big, bitter bite of tomato. Tomaten sind schon lecker. Aber gut. Wollen wir mal Alan besuchen. Kein Patrick? Alles gut. Bist du Alan? Excuse me, I'm looking for a guy named Alan. He's supposed to be a member of this club, but is he off today or something? Not with my permission, at least. He didn't even mention he'd be out today. Oh. In other words, he's skipping practice. I've got a feeling I know where he is, though. I see. Where exactly are you thinking? I checked the field if you're aware. Unlike Patrick, Alan actually cares about his club. Chances are he's skipping practice so he can train on his own. Well then, now that you mention it, Patrick isn't here either. Oh, that's not really an excuse, but I find it hard to blame him after what happened. Come to think of it, what did happen here last month? I only heard rumors. Rather not dig this stuff up, but both of them are skipping today, so what the hell? Truth is, Alan and Patrick faced off last month. Patrick being the slimy little scumbag he is. I understand you, Loggins. Made a show out of holding back, then still beat Alan down. It was humiliating. Crushed all of Alan's confidence right out of him. Unglaublich. Jetzt fühlt es sich einfach noch besser an, dass ich ihn vernichtet habe. That's why I'm letting him off easy for now. I'd like to see him bounce back from this, though. Tell you what, if you've got some business with Alan, do us a favor and tell him to drop by. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but we'd appreciate it. Of course, I'll be sure to tell him if I have the chance. Alan, ich muss dir erzählen, dass ich Patrick vernichtet habe. Ich habe ihn vernichtend geschlagen. Und das, obwohl er meine Party ausgesucht hat. War auch richtig am viel, ne? Da in der Ecke. Alan, ich trainiere auch mit dir. You're that guy from class 7, right? Do you have some business with me or something? No, nothing like that. I saw you training out here and was pretty impressed, that's all. That said, you seem a little hesitant and it's getting in the way of your form. What makes you think you can just show up and criticize me? Just because you're a noble? Yeah, that's right, I've heard about you. Should a high and mighty noble like you even talk to a lowly commoner like me? Or do you get a pass when it's condescension? That stuff has never really bothered me. Seems like this guy has a noble-shaped chip on his shoulder. Putting our baggage aside for now, you came here to train, didn't you? How about you join me for a while? Me? Train with you? Yeah, it's a chance to practice in a way you wouldn't formally. I'm sure you'd find it beneficial. What do you say? Well, don't know what you're planning, but if it'd make me stronger, then I'm on board. Wouldn't say no to some big fancy noble who took the time out of his busy day to ask me anyway. Okay, go get everything ready. Wonder if Instructor Sarah will let me borrow one of the combat shells. Green called Instructor Sarah and she gave him permission to use a combat shell. You guys use this thing in class 7, right? Yeah, we're seriously going to fight it? Looks a little intimidating, but it makes for great training, I promise. It'll take a point for now, so feel free to attack as often as you like. Right. Alan dabei zum Kämpfen. These are following conditions. Alan deals as a finishing blow. Alan is conscious at the battle's end. Well, dann booste ich ihn doch einfach. Also wir werden alles tun, um Alan zu boosten. Kann der überhaupt? Piercing Strike, Soaring Bird. Dieses a Bird-Shaped Shockwave. Ich nicht. Arzt kann der gute Junge nicht. Okay, Rin kann vielleicht auch mal mithelfen kämpfen. Hihi. Muss aber aufpassen, dass Rie nicht gleich drauf geht. Ach komm, nehmen wir den großen mal. Du machst alle an. Sauber, so muss das. Ups. Das kostet mich ja alle meine Terra-Bounce. Aber für alle mache ich doch gerne. Ah, das ist ein Allround-Angriff. Kann ich angreifen, das ist nicht schön. Selbstverständlich außerhalb der Reichweite. Aber er kann auch gut sein. Ja. Okay, Rien darf ab jetzt nicht mehr kämpfen. Lauf weg, Rien. Ich sagte, lauf weg, Rien. Von Alan weg. Did we win? Bet we did. Not surprising, after that last attack of yours, that was a sight to behold. Thanks. Feel like I've got my confidence back now, at least a little bit of it. Good to hear. Die Sache an der Rien ist doch ganz nett. What's the matter? Oh, I feel kinda bad about all that flack I gave you earlier, that's all. I mean, you know, all the high and mighty noble stuff. No, don't worry about it. But is there some reason you got so caught up in that? It's embarrassing to say out loud, but envy, I guess. I used to be awful at almost everything. I did sports, studying, anything you can think of. Still am, really. But I knew this noble who was basically my opposite. She could try anything and do it flawlessly. I was always so frustrated by that. All I wanted to do was be her equal. But no matter what I did, I couldn't manage it. That's a pretty lame reason, huh? No, not at all. But that noble you're talking about, it's Bridget, isn't it? How did you know? Sorry, I guess it's time to come clean. Rien told Alan about Bridget's request. So that's how she felt. Now that I think about it, I really have been acting like a jerk. In your defense, I can sort of understand why you acted that way. Nobody wants to show their weakness to someone they look up to. Not even that, I look up to her so much as I want her to just look at me. Oh, what do you mean by... Yeah, nothing, forget I say anything. So that's the way it is. Anyway, if that's what she sent you here for, I'll go talk to her. Decide how her personal apology for being so mean to her lately. She needs to know that my issue was with myself, not with her. In fact, I go to it like right now. It's a relief. I hope the two of you can smooth things over. Me too. Thanks for all you've done for me today. Oh, sind die nicht süß, die beiden? Ach, hier ist das Main. So, hier. Jupp. Aber nicht reported, das heißt, ich muss nicht zu ihr gehen, ne? Naja. Würde ich sagen, in der nächsten Episode, Kinders. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zusehen. Macht's gut, bleibt mal schnell. Ich werde genießen, Leben in diesen reinhauen. Bis denn. Ciao.